She walked like she belonged. She hit like she even belonged. And she made sure the entire world understood that pro wrestling wasn't just a man's game anymore. I'm Tristen, and this is the Pro Wrestling Scorecard, where we break down the careers of your favorite pro wrestlers against 4 key categories: in-ring ability, mic skills, accomplishments, and overall legacy, and then gives it a score out of 10. Today, we're talking about somebody who shattered expectations. The ninth wonder of the world, Chyna. Let's take a look at Chyna's Pro Wrestling Scorecard. For in-ring ability, I give Chyna 7 out of 10. Chyna wasn't a technical wrestler by any means. She didn't need to be. Her style was power-based, and she made it look legit. Whether she was standing across the ring or toe-to-toe in the middle of the ring against people like Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, Jeff Jarrett, you always believed that she was the real deal. Chyna wasn't there to do moonsaults. She was there to make a statement. And when that bell rang, she was always ready. For mic skills and charisma, I give Chyna a 5 out of 10. Early on in her WWE career, Chyna didn't do much talking on the microphone. It was maybe until about 2 or 3 years into her career that she finally started getting some mic time. And even then, her promos weren't really all that memorable. But Chyna, she had a presence. She had an aura. But as a talker, she wasn't really the focal point. It was her look, her presence, and her impact, but not her mic skills that made her stand out. When you're looking at Chyna's accomplishments, her resume is nothing but Hall of Fame worthy. She was the first woman to enter the Royal Rumble, and then she did it again the following year. She's the only woman to hold the men's WWE Intercontinental Championship. Not once, but twice. She's a former WWE Women's Champion. She's a founding member of D-Generation X, and she competed against the men all the time, and she beat them too. Chyna changed the game. The only knock that I can give her is that her run in pro wrestling ended way sooner than it should have, and she never got the long-term championship runs or the Hall of Fame respect that she deserved when she was alive. With that, I give Chyna an 8 out of 10 for accomplishments. When you look at Chyna's overall legacy and impact, hands down it's a 9.5 out of 10. Chyna broke barriers in ways few wrestlers, male or female, ever have. She kicked open the doors for powerful women in pro wrestling and redefined what women do inside the ring. Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill, they all owe a little something to Chyna. She stood in the ring with some of the biggest names in pro wrestling during her era, and she never flinched. The only reason she's not a full-on 10 is because her accomplishments never get the respect that they deserve today, even though she was stellar during her time. But her legacy, undeniable. Chyna will never be forgotten. Here's the final score and breakdown for Chyna. This is her Pro Wrestling Scorecard. In-ring ability, 7 out of 10. Mic skills and charisma, 5 out of 10. Accomplishments, 8 out of 10. Legacy and impact, 9.5 out of 10. Final score, 7.5 out of 10. A revolutionary, a powerhouse, and one of the most important figures in women's pro wrestling. Chyna, she changed the game. Do you agree with the score? Do you think it was too high or do you think it was too low? Drop your rating for Chyna in the comments and let's make sure that she gets the flowers that she deserves. YouTube thinks that you might be interested in these videos.